try that information out for this problem here. It's asking, it's breaking it down for you. It's having you do it in pieces here. So a manufacturer has a monthly fixed cost of $100,000 and a production cost of $14 for each unit produced. The product sells for $20 per unit. What is the cost function? What is the revenue function? What is the profit function? And how many units would the manufacturer need to produce in order to possibly break even? Now, since they're giving you monthly fixed costs, you should be basing all this on monthly values. So this is all in a month span. So, okay, so they give us the two costs, a fixed cost and a production cost per unit. And we're going to let X equal the number of units produced and eventually sold. As we work with these, we're kind of making the assumption that everything we produce is being sold. And that is another simplification that you're dealing with here, because we know that that's not necessarily the case in the real world circumstance. So the cost function, C of X, I'm going to have $14 spent for each one of these, whatever it is I'm making, in a month. Plus, I'm going to have $100,000 to basically open the doors of my business each month. So those are my fixed monthly costs. My revenue is going to be, well, I'm selling them for $20 a unit, so it's going to be 20 times X. So my profit function is R of X minus C of X, which is 20x minus 14x plus 100,000, which would be 6x minus 100,000. So that is my profit function. In part D, you're asked, how many units would the manufacturer need to produce in order to possibly break even? Breaking even, I mean, there's different ways of defining it. I mean, basically means that you've at least covered the cost. You've sold enough units to cover the cost of making those units. So basically, breaking even means I'm not making any profit. The profit is zero, but I'm not making a loss either. So you can either say, well, I want to see when these two are equal. But when those two are equal, that means that if these two are equal, that means that this is going to be 0. So basically, I want to see what value of X for the profit function, which is this, 100,000, will make that equal to 0. So I'm going to solve that. So I'm going to add 100,000 to both sides. And I'm going to divide both sides by 6. So I have 100,000 divided by 6. And when I do that, I get 16,666 and 2/3 or 0.6 repeating. So basically, the break even, if I round this down, I'd still be making a slight loss. So I would say I should be selling 16,667 units need to be sold. Because I can't sell 2/3 of a unit, because I don't know what this is, and 2/3 of something could just mean it's a broken something. So whatever it is.